Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beautiful story to provide for you today where we have people that are just taking so many L's right now, especially after Donald Trump's election victory, that we even now have mainstream news outlets having to report on the fact that HBO and other companies in Hollywood, other studios in Hollywood are apparently standing by J.K. Rowling, which is hilarious to me because most of these people would have loved to throw her under the bus at any given point in time before, but now all of a sudden they're choosing to stand by her. So people have been trying to go after the new TV series, the new Harry Potter TV series that is currently in the works right now at HBO. They've been trying to come after that TV series in the same way they tried to come after Hogwarts Legacy and completely and utterly failed, and they're failing now because Variety has been, unfortunately, they had to report that HBO has stood by J.K. Rowling and said that she is allowed to have the right to express her own personal views.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the cancel mob has been trying to come after J.K. Rowling for years now, and they've been failing left and right, and every single time they try to spark it back up whenever Harry Potter is brought back into the news, and they do it about once or twice a year now at this point. It almost seems like it's a tradition for these people. I really don't know what else to use, in terms of words other than tradition, but that's how it seems. But they still keep on failing. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says HBO issued a statement in support of J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter TV series involvement, noting that the author has the right to express her personal views in face of fan backlash. Rowling, the author of one of the most successful book series of all time, has become a lightning rod of controversy in recent years, with former fans and even some of the actors from her Harry Potter films speaking out against her. This mostly centers around Rowling's views on individuals who identify with gender that differs from their natural biology. She additionally believes that anatomical men should not be permitted in women's spaces or sports. Now, here's the thing about J.K. Rowling, and I say this every single time when people talk about her in this particular notion, right? I find it hilarious that people on the left, for example, are trying to constantly come after J.K. Rowling and cancel J.K. Rowling, when the hilarious thing is she's a hardcore leftist herself. She would probably agree with 90 to 95% of the nonsense these losers try to push every single day. But because she does not get down with a trans ideology in terms of sharing personal spaces and bathrooms, because she believes that women should have their own personal spaces, real women should have their own personal spaces, that is enough to make these people want to ostracize her from the community. That is enough to make them want to say, nope, we need to cancel her. We need to stop her. She's just too much. She's radical, blah, blah, whatever. Because she won't bend the knee on that one particular subject, that is enough to make them give up everything else that she would agree with them on, which is hilarious because she could be, in their own terms, the biggest ally to their cause, but they purposely ignore her or they purposely try to cancel her because she's not down with chicks with dicks, and it's ridiculous. So then it says that this has displeased many in Hollywood, with calls for boycotts of Rowling's work ringing out every few months. However, the Harry Potter IP has never been stronger, which is true. With books, movies, and theme park lands and attractions, endless merchandise, a hit video game, and now an upcoming long-form TV series on HBO and the Max streaming service. Rowling is set to be heavily involved in the TV series, which will adapt her original 7 books and flesh them out in a way that has never been possible in the Daniel Radcliffe-led films. Now, one thing I will say is that I am excited. Okay, I'm excited at the notion that Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and all the other freaking wokies over there that have completely abandoned Rowling after she made them, right? She made Daniel Radcliffe for the most part. She made Emma Watson into who they are today, right? Those roles made them into the actors they are today. And now they're trying to bite the hand that fed them and trying to pretend as if they can't be caught dead with her. You know what I mean? Even though she literally made them and her IP made them. So I find it hilarious, and I am so unbelievably happy to know that this potential potential TV series, as woke as it's probably going to be, because let's be real, I guarantee you this show is going to be woke to some extent. There is no doubt about it. If J.K. Rowling is involved, it will definitely be woke. It won't be ridiculously woke to the point where the story is going to be affected. At least I don't think so anyway if she's involved, but it damn sure will be woke. We are going to have race swaps. We're going to have all the kind of lazy shit that Hollywood loves to partake in. Do not get it twisted. I'm not going to go into this TV show thinking it's going to be some magical land of source material respect, because I guarantee you Dumbledore is going to be more openly gay than he ever was in the books or the movies. Guaranteed, which was never, by the way. He was never openly gay in any of the original books or movies, but they're going to make it that because that's what she decided to do years after the books were successful. So they're going to do that. They're also going to race swap characters, most likely Hermione or the Weasleys, because that's just the easiest thing to do. They're going to do a bunch of things, to be honest with you. And I want people to understand that going into it. I don't want them to be let down once they realize, oh, there's still woke stuff in this TV show. There's going to be. But yes, one thing I'm super happy about is the fact that they are going to be replaced now. You know, the new TV show is going to replace Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson, and hopefully it's good enough to the point where those movies are not as well known or loved or thought about as before, because honestly, Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson are such absolute fucking losers. The amount of times that Daniel Radcliffe loves to shill for trans women, you gotta imagine he probably fucks a few of them, or they fuck him, most likely, if you want to be more accurate. You know, every time he makes a post about them, I'm like, so you talk about how amazing they are, how attractive they are. Have you ever been with one? Never answers, of course. So it's just one of those things. Anyway, of course, any involvement by Rowling is met with loud opposition from those who disagree with her personal views. When the video game Hogwarts Legacy came out in early 2023, activists decried the title and even went as far as to threaten and harass streamers who played in support of the game. And this was a title Rowling had virtually no involvement in. Yeah, that was honestly one of the biggest failures in terms of a woke boycott that I have ever seen. I still haven't seen anything that comes anywhere close to it, aside from maybe Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse, right? Because the Hoyoverse boycott was huge, and that was a massive failure. So at the end of the day, you know, these boycotts, they don't mean anything. The modern audience has no fucking power. They only have the power that you give them, and if you don't give them any power, then they're nothing. They're worth nothing. They'll never be anything. That's just how it goes. That's why they're so damn angry all the time. And just like Hogwarts Legacy, this boycott against this TV show is going to fail. I can pretty much guarantee you that to some extent. It's going to fail. There's no doubt about it. This TV show is going to be huge. The Harry Potter IP is huge, especially with normies. There's a bunch of people that just they pretend to be Harry Potter fans when they're really just tourists. And I don't mean that in the negative sense. I mean that in the actual sense of tourism, right? You have people that love to go to New York City just to go to the Harry Potter store, and they've never been fans of Harry Potter. They just hear about it and they want to go. Same thing when they go to the theme parks. They're not fans of Harry Potter, but they want to go and visit it because they heard about it, right? It's the same thing. They're all literal tourists by definition of the word, and maybe some of them become fans by visiting. Who really knows? But they start off as tourists at the end of the day. So this show is going to be a pretty big success, I gotta imagine, and I just love the fact that we now have Hollywood willing to stand by people like J.K. Rowling, who are against the trans ideology in terms of bathrooms and whatnot, and not have any fear about any sort of backlash or retaliation. And gee, I wonder why that is. What could have happened over the last month that would make them want to change their mind like that? It is honestly quite incredible. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.